Greetings. I'd like to talk to you about my business project, Mercedes Online, an online beauty and lifestyle boutique. Its vision? The company aspires to be the top provider of international and original brand cosmetics in the Mozambican market. The company envisions itself to be continuously innovative and always in line with the best of global standards. Its mission? I aim to bring the best international brand name cosmetics and beauty products at a competitive price to the Mozambican consumer. The company will specialize in health and lifestyle products, ensuring customers get the best possible product at the best price. Here are a few of the products I plan on selling. As you can see, many of them are very popular right now, yet not available in Africa at all. About Mercedes Online. My proposed business venture is to provide a specialist online beauty and lifestyle boutique. Whilst this concept is not new on the global stage, Mercedes Online seeks to pioneer this business mode primarily in Mozambique. Why the name Mercedes Online? I chose this title in honor of my late grandmother, who held Our Lady of Mercy, Mercedes dear. The timing of this venture is perfect, as most of Africa is presently experiencing a developmental boom due to the discovery and exploration of vast natural resources. Now equipped with a burgeoning middle class, who have a predilection for quality and luxury products, bringing on-trend international brands to their doorstep and providing consistent service delivery will undoubtedly establish a loyal and profitable customer base. How will Mercedes Online do better? Again, I acknowledge that Mercedes Online definitely will not be the first online shopping outlet in Mozambique. I intend on being an innovator in this field, as I will not cut corners and plan on continuously striving to provide the best and most timeliest service delivery. I also plan on using the results of my market research to provide the consumer with products they actually want. Too many vendors in the country provide products that the customer doesn't necessarily want, yet purchases for lack of a better alternative. Many of the beauty products that flood the Mozambican market are of cheap quality from China or Brazil, which are then very often sold at an exaggerated price and are oftentimes a health hazard. The advent of manufacturing growth in Asia and multilateral logistics improvements worldwide has allowed for mostly good quality fashions, hair extensions, and technological gadgets to be available accessibly worldwide. Medical innovations have also made it possible to undergo affordable cosmetic surgeries and procedures in our ever-growing health-conscious society. There is now simply no excuse to not have a presentable physical structure and personal appearance. Globalization, the internet, and digital satellite television have made Hollywood celebrities as ubiquitous as Coca-Cola, naturally inciting many men and women to seek to emulate their fashion and lifestyle no matter where they are in the world. For this reason, I am confident that this business venture is highly feasible and sustainable. After all, makeup and body modification have been a part of human ritual for millennia. Here, a few of the celebrities that everybody knows, everybody seeks to emulate one form or another. Who does not know David Beckham or even the Kardashians? It's unescapable. Also, the waist trainer, everybody wants to look good, so I plan on making them accessible in my market. And of course, luxury shoes, Louboutins, everybody knows them. What do I have to look forward to as an entrepreneur? As stated by Melissa Dawn, coach and founder of CEO of Your Life, the entrepreneur can look forward to choice and freedom. He chooses when he wakes up in the morning, if he wakes up in the morning, whether he'll work at night. He chooses to be as creative as he wishes to be. He chooses what he will work in. He chooses his business environment, his office environment as well, personal etiquette, code of conduct. He chooses who he works with, whom he employs, and also profit. The successful entrepreneur can look forward to earning a lucrative living if he manages to combine his vision with plenty of persistent and goal-oriented hard work. What does it mean to be an entrepreneur? In my opinion, the best definition of what an entrepreneur is was pontificated by Clay Clark, the CEO of Thrive 15, which is: an entrepreneur is somebody who seeks to profitably solve a problem that the world has in exchange for enough monetary compensation to achieve their dreams. It is his opinion also that, contrary to popular belief, being an entrepreneur doesn't mean that one will not need to improve himself or need to study, or that he will never work for a boss again. The most successful entrepreneurs are those that spend time studying the success of others, which daily processes and rituals do they follow, and how they may apply those principles to their own lives. As stated by researcher and entrepreneur Ryan Ellis, the beginning of entrepreneurship can be traced back to nearly 20,000 years ago. The first documented trade between humans took place in New Guinea in the year 17,000 BC. From then, we move on to the hunter-gatherer stage. We move on to the agricultural revolution period, the Bronze and Iron Ages, the mercantilism explorers, which is Christopher Columbus, while he was trying to find a new route for the silk trade, the industrial age, right up to the modern era of technology. As the Greek philosopher Plato wrote in his Socratic dialogue, The Republic, in the year 380 BC, necessity is the mother of invention. Entrepreneurship is a vehicle which people use to satisfy their basic needs. In the modern era, many of these needs can solely be met when one has the means to pay for it, i.e., cash. As Abraham Maslow illustrated in his theory of hierarchical needs, an individual seeks his basic physiological needs met first and foremost before he may even begin to dwell on the metaphysical. Having met these, he will undoubtedly seek to satisfy himself spiritually, and that is the phase that we call self-actualization. Most people today desperately want to be happy and feel a sense of accomplishment, as the motivational speaker Patrick Bet-David surmised in his lecture, The DNA of an Entrepreneur. People who continuously create are happy. Apart from the practical benefits of entrepreneurship, which are control of time, income, tax benefits, and travel, the individual wishes to leave a legacy behind and recognition of his talents through creation and innovation. Another reason one may choose to go the entrepreneurial route may be due to unemployment and retrenchment. In this instance, it ceases to be an option and becomes a necessity. This is an example of push-pull factors. What does an entrepreneur contribute to the process of value creation and innovation? As with anything worth acquiring, one must be aware before he sets off to start a business of the difficulty involved in being completely responsible for the success or demise of one's venture. The model entrepreneur is a realist, a methodological thinker, as well as an energetic and flexible personality. Bearing all this in mind, he has the optimistic virtue of creativity as well. As Professor Harry Nyström of the Institute of Economics in Uppsala, Sweden, wrote in his 1993 paper, creativity is defined as the balanced unfolding and converging of experience and experimentation through the management of radical change. The entrepreneur is a visionary activist who is able to constructively handle the often conflicting demands of unplannable emerging situations. Simply put, creativity in entrepreneurship, in life, is being able to turn lemons into lemonade. The creative business person is able to, through a series of brainstorming, surveying, research, and study, come up with a way to manipulate supply and demand trends in a market for profit. Creativity equals motivation and knowledge, as well as direction. Whilst creativity is not always a spatial sequence, the entrepreneur will resultantly follow some form of the creative process, which is as follows. Generating knowledge and awareness. This is the idea stage, brainstorming. An incubation process. This is where he lets the idea mull over in his mind. And then the idea generation process is when he discusses with others, welcoming feedback and criticism. An entrepreneur needs to have thick skin. Evaluation and implementation, where he puts the finishing touches on his plans and sets them in action. Innovation. Whereas creativity is a revolutionary phenomenon, innovation is an evolutionary phenomenon. Entrepreneurship and innovation are interdependent. Innovation, in my opinion, was best pontificated by the Austrian educator Peter Drucker as the purposeful and organized search for changes and the systematic analysis of the opportunities such changes might offer for economic or social progress and benefit. Innovation equals creativity plus adaptation. Peter Drucker wrote in his 1985 academic book, Innovation and Entrepreneurship, the 7 sources of innovation, which are as follows: the unexpected, incongruity, innovation based on process needs, changes in industry structure or market structure that catch everyone unaware, demographics, changes in perception, mood, meaning, new knowledge. As with all things, consistency is key, and when executing innovative concepts, consistent steps towards your goal each day is key. Of course, one cannot discuss innovation and entrepreneurship without mentioning the economist Joseph Schumpeter. He was of the opinion that it was the entrepreneur who created innovation, and that innovation was not merely invention, but a mechanism driven by competition to improve technological advances, finance, and organization. The Schumpeterian entrepreneur is a rebel who does more than textbook and society norms dictate. Factors that inhibit entrepreneurship. I feel that it's normal, part of being a human being, to resist new things. We don't want to change because we may be lazy and we are rebellious, or we think that we know everything. But the best way for the entrepreneur to deal with resistance is to understand the fundamentals behind the sentiments. Again, we experience a loss of control when faced with something new. We have uncertainty. We don't like surprises. New things are scary sometimes, and we don't want to lose face. We have concerns about our personal competence. We don't want to do more work. Ripple effects, past resentments, and sometimes this new change can be a threat to our way of living, the status quo, what we are comfortable with. These points can be surmised as a threat to the status quo, again, gender roles, cultural views, religious traditions, and competition in business. Resistance, acceptance too, of change may be viewed as the reason behind gender inequality, gender pay gaps, discrimination, loss of profit, and poverty amongst a host of phenomena, in my opinion. How to overcome resistance to change? The best way to overcome all these things is through excellence and persistence. Always do your best. Never give a reason for somebody to doubt you. The best innovations are irresistible, and once resistance has been worn down, opportunities abound and industries are reshaped. But of course, timing is everything, and the innovative entrepreneur must see, is this person ready for this change, or should I wait a few more months? Should I wait a few more years even? But he must always be persistent. Here are the indexes, and of course, thank you for your consideration, and I hope you enjoyed this presentation.